How's it going, everyone? Your boy Corey here, aka Crasher, back with a new video, and ladies and gentlemen, I came across something rather interesting on my Twitter timeline today, and it originates from the Twitter account, the Epoch Times, and they say the following. YouTube's notice says I need to make adjustments to my content. I'm just catching fish. A YouTube channel featuring recreational fishing videos has been demonetized by the video sharing giant over supposed content featuring animal abuse. Okay, we haven't even gotten into the article that goes further into this, and I am already having some big time issues with this. I mean, first and foremost, is YouTube up to their BS once again? I know, what else is new? It's been the same rinse and repeat sort of thing for Lord knows how long now, but now we're talking about fishing videos here. Just wrap your heads around that one. Fishing videos. So those videos are apparently bad enough to be on the butcher block of demonetization, but yet you have other types of content out there that legitimately either break the rules, don't have a place on the platform, or is just overall absolutely terrible. Those type of videos remain on the platform. They remain unpunished and unchallenged. And I'm not going to be listing off or showing any examples here, because if I was to showcase any of that here in this video here, I am willing to bet that my video would be yeeted off the platform faster than you can even count to 5. But I think you guys know where I'm going with this here. Long story short, it's more YouTube bullshit double standards on their site. What else is new? So let's get into the article here, and it's titled, YouTube Demonetizes Popular Australian Fishing Channel for Animal Abuse. A YouTube channel featuring recreational fishing videos has been demonetized by the video sharing giant over supposed content featuring animal abuse. The Australian-based content creator for Guido's Fishing Adventures said his channel had been demonetized for a month and that he was waiting for a response from Google-owned YouTube. YouTube's notice says I need to make adjustments to my content, and it's to do with animal abuse, apparently, he said on his latest YouTube video. You can actually read in there that what I'm doing is fine because I'm not abusing animals for shock or whatever, which is what they're against, which is fair enough. I'd be against it too. I'm just catching fish. Guido said he received an email from YouTube notifying him that a significant portion of his content was against its policies. However, he noted that he had been uploading similar videos for an extended period of time. And opening up this screenshot here in the article, we can see exactly that. Graphic content, non-educational, non-documentary, non-scientific, or non-artistic content that shows or promotes unnecessary animal suffering. Last time I checked, fishing is nothing to be punished over. I've also got my 100,000 subscriber plaque in the mail, he said, in reference to the Silver Creator Awards that gets delivered to YouTube channels with over 100,000 subscribers. I asked for it 2 weeks ago, and they check over your content, and they check your channel before they send it, and they did, and they sent it out to me and said everything was good. I'm confused. I don't know what's happening, he said. This is a major problem for me because the bulk of my income comes from YouTube these days, and I'm not getting paid anything. YouTube has yet to respond to Guido and to inquiries from the Epoch team. Rob Nichols, Associate Professor of Regulation and Governance at the University of New South Wales, described YouTube's demonetization program as an intermediate step in its content moderation process. It is likely that this content was demonetized as part of an artificial intelligence analysis, he told the Epoch Times. To some extent, there is a parallel with the takedown of a chess channel on YouTube earlier in the year. In that case, expressions such as a brutal attack by white on black was a description of a chess match and not the race hate that the machine analysis found it to be. For all social media, but especially video, there is a balance between allowing potentially harmful content to remain available to be distributed and taken down, he added, noting that YouTube had reversed instances of accidental demonetization. In recent years, YouTube's content moderation has received criticism from conservative-leaning media channels, including OAN and Sky News Australia, complaining that its policies are applied inconsistently. In August, YouTube suspended Sky News Channel for 1 week for allegedly posting COVID-19 misinformation, while at the same time issuing a first strike against the 24-hour news channel, a warning under its 3 strikes policy. Sky News CEO Paul Whittaker said the video sharing giant's review policies lacked transparency and were incapable of compliance. Unlike other publishers' policies, YouTube's process for review and removal of content lacks transparency and a clearly articulated process which affords channel operators the opportunity to address concerns or to challenge an assessment prior to a suspension occurring, he said. With no transparency provided, Sky News took the proactive approach of removing a batch of videos all published during 2020 from online platforms to ensure ongoing compliance with YouTube's arbitrary editorial guidelines, Whittaker said. He also noted it was not an administration or failure to comply with YouTube's regulations, but merely an attempt to navigate opaque policies. Now, while we're on the subject, ladies and gentlemen, there's also someone else that I want to point out to you guys that has also gone through the same thing. He goes by the name of BeefCake FLAIR, and he made a YouTube video known as Why I Started a New Channel, and it's around 20 minutes long. I will link you guys to it in the description down below. Now, there is one piece out of that video that I really want to emphasize here, and it's around this timestamp that he actually flashes a graphic on the screen, and I want to read a little bit verbatim here. We may make exceptions for content depicting generally accepted practices like hunting, trapping, pest abatement, food preparation, medical treatment, or animal slaughter that depict harm on an animal or group of animals. So it sounds like, based on the wording of that statement right there, it would seem like fishing is generally accepted, as long as you're not going out of your way to make it gory or to glorify violence out of it or anything like that for shock value and all that stuff. If you're just doing it for entertainment and for education, there's legitimately nothing wrong with that type of content. Like, just imagine having to go through that, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine building up a channel, you're working really hard and all that stuff, you put out good videos, and then here's the thing, is that YouTube comes along, and despite you being by the books and by the policies, not doing anything wrong, you get demonetized. You get punished somehow as if you did do something wrong, and it's to the point where you have to start a brand new YouTube channel. Just try to wrap your head around that one. I feel absolutely awful for anyone that has ever had to do that because of YouTube and their royal amounts of fuck-ups here. Like, these guys did absolutely nothing wrong, and they even showed the policies that they went by, and yet YouTube seems to contradict that. And they do that by demonetizing that type of content anyways, because reasons, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I really truly hope that YouTube does respond to this mistake and they correct this mistake, because we're talking about not only YouTube channels that are being wrongfully punished, but these are channels that are the livelihoods of these YouTubers and stuff like that. Like, their content is their livelihood, and YouTube is messing with that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not really sure what else I can say here that either isn't already obvious or hasn't already been said. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. Thank you very much for your time as well. Have yourself a damn good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.